One little streamy thing that I need to look into is, like, I've noticed that when I'm looking at my stream as it's live, there is only the quality options of, like, actual full live 1080p or auto. And I feel like there should be less quality options than that to smooth it out, so I need to look into that. Yeah, I'm regularly on the telly in your house. Put you on the TV and message you from phones. Ah, that's lovely. Thank you very much. Passage of time. After each expedition, time passes as Bryn rests and recovers. Each day is divided into 2 daytime expeditions and 1 nighttime expedition. That's cool. There's going to be a lot of variety in what happens in the day and what happens in the night then. Every time a new day passes, conditions in the Enclave change. Creatures can change locations and extreme weather conditions may appear for that day. Ooh. I like it. Right. Let's speak to Dam first. Because there's a magic-y thing that I'm interested in. Hello, standing high and mighty up on top of several levels above the ground floor. Weave strand. Mantles. Weavers channel magic through the strands of power woven into mantles. And now the name makes sense. Each mantle can only be attuned to strands of the same family. By harvesting more stands from stands? Eternal... Is that a typo? By harvesting more stands from the wild creatures around the Enclave, Bryn can gain new abilities or increase the power of one she already has in her mantle. Right. Kinetic powers? Use the harvested strand. Yes, so I think it was meant to be strand in that little tutorial tooltip. Tutorial tooltip, not stand. Unlock new powers. Ensnaring blast. Ooh. Resonance. Every time a new strand is harvested, Dam creates an artificial strand that resonates with the harvested one, allowing for future study of the magic within. Some quest objectives require a specific quality of resonance to progress. Each strand upgrade in Bryn's mantle increases the resonance quality as well. The quality is in order of fragile, fine, exquisite. Exquisite. Lovely, right? What does this do? Ensnaring blast. Generate a vortex of raw kinetic energy that draws foes and objects alike into its attractive circle. Very attractive. Pairs well with other abilities and attacks as it gathers foes close together. Very nice. Cool. Frost powers. Hello, Sprout. What are you making for dinner? Also, let's talk to Dam.
Color me delighted that we're starting to restore our capabilities around the camp.
Hooray!
When the time comes, I'll work with Casmin to create some new tools here.
Dam, you are already delightfully color. That was a pun that just died on my lips. You are already delightfully colorful.
Then we can start weaving more intricate strands into my mantle, right?
Yes. You harvest, I'll weave, and we'll have you channeling such magics.
Such magics. Excellent. Spicy lentil and sausage pasta. Very nice. Spicy sausage. Craft. Sev's Fantabulous Conduit Patch. I need 5 of a forged resource. Well, let's just throw iron at it, because this is a quest item. Let's not spend nice resources on this. A patch to seal the broken pipe in the hopes of restoring power to the loom gate. Sev's design.
Perfect.
You think this patch will fix the leaking pipe?
Yes. And with the debris cleared, why don't you tell Aria we've got everything we need to fix the loom gate?
Ooh, I reckon the loom gate will allow us to more quickly and easily travel into the middle of different areas as well, as we find more in the world.
Acting or otherwise, major communication should come from the point.
Fair.
I'll keep that in mind.
You best. Alrighty-roo.
Shouldn't we be trying to find a way out of here?
Focus on one thing at a time. That's all we can do.
What is there to focus on except that we're stuck inside a magical bubble for all eternity?
How about your share of the camp setup? Less worrying and more unpacking, please.
Sev is a bit of a worrywart. There's no more talkie-talkie from him right now as well. What are we crafting? New mask. I very much want to make some of this new stuff. We don't have a mask right now though. Shall we do this? I like the hood. Who doesn't love a good hood? Right, let's see what we've got for this. Colourful. Rassault. Predictably reacts to enchantments heavily used by the Enclave as a result. Balanced, common sources, regular and elite arc of the tower. Alright then. Sure. Throw some of that in there. Don't have enough of that. This is going to be very, very cold resistant. Or we can throw some of that on to maybe balance it out a little bit. And it's changing the colors as well. Look at that. Here's the fashion carbo. I like that. White and red. There's no major difference here. Oh, it's such a shame we don't have more green materials for the top. Right,
Nice
craft.
to work on something a little lighter every
Equip.
once in a while.
And we don't have any more woven resources. I've really not been using the bow. Talk!
Well pleased with the reforge. There's another option too. We can enhance your gear.
Enhancement!
Not the same thing?
No. Enhancing uses more of the same materials from the original construction. I use them to add a bit more protection to your armor, reinforce your blades and such. Worth doing if you have extra materials. I'll be able to do more as we build my smithy's set of tools back up.
Very nice. Reforge or upgrade. After improving the smithy, gear can be upgraded to increase its effectiveness. Upgrading requires additional units of the same materials. Upgrades can only do so much, however. Certain materials are just fundamentally better. Sometimes it's better to craft something new. You've made quite a lot of progress, it seems. Not a massive amount of progress. We've had a lot of talking with all the companions so far. There was some very good conversations. I am very impressed with all of the companion dialogue and voice acting so far. And there's so much like lore and history and story in this game. And you can tell with like even the way that they're describing historical events. The team who have written all of this and put it together have put a lot of care and effort and love into making sure that not only is it interesting, but it all makes sense within the world as well. Like how there was one conversation describing that a certain historical event caused a bad thing to happen, which impacted logistics and magical communication, which caused all these problems. And it's very cool. Like I love a good bit of world building. I'm sure you do as well. And we also got through like a couple more tutorial things on equipment, which is what we're having a look at just now. And then we've only done like one expedition out into the sort of explory combat area, where we killed that giant massive arc robot statue that we found because we tried to hack it to bits and it came to life because it didn't appreciate some little ankle biter coming along going stab, stab, stab at its Achilles heel. So we had to deal with that too. It was a lot of fun. So kind of, we've made progress, but not a huge amount. All progress that is around a single expedition and many conversations. It is very good. Alright, more talkie-talkie. No talkie-talkie from him. Where was
The
this?
scry. The whole
Oh,
land
yes.
gathers around when I'm away from camp. It's nice to have people literally watching my back.
This is the other end of the Bluetooth earphone with embedded camera with magical Star Trek teleportation if things get too dicey. Sad you missed the big robot fight. You can go back and watch it on the VOD after we're done. It's very cool. It's not too long either. We figured it out pretty quickly and it was very good. And I'm sure there will be more. You don't have a game like this that has a whole mechanic around giant enemies and climbing on things and going for certain weak points and stuff, and only have one of those enemies in there. Hello, Lane. Codex compiling. Lane, Lan, we'll find out. Ark of the Stricken Earth. Oh, we've got a lot of reading here. Do I read this out? Hang on a second. Let me have a drink. Right. Ark of the Stricken Earth. In terms of pure devastation, nothing matches the raw power of the Ark of the Stricken Earth. Wielding a bespoke mining bar and standing tall enough to graze the treetops, it is no wonder that their mere existence was considered extremely controversial prior to the Surge. The Enclave insisted that these massive arcs were designed strictly for construction, but any fool with the faintest spark of imagination could see their destructive potential. I have no doubt at all that the Enclave's military strategists were prepared to deploy them in defense of the borders. Their kinetic blasts alone would make quick work of any sort of temporary fortification erected by would-be invaders. These offensive attributes, of course, were also incredibly useful for their stated purpose of quarrying, shaping, and transporting stone and other building materials. The massive bridges and seemingly impossible rises of Denevran are both proof of this and a veiled statement of their potential. Alas, following the Surge, it seems that any of the Ark's instincts relating to construction have fallen by the wayside in favour of an overriding desire to smash anything that moves, including our vivacious Point Bryn. Vivacious! Ooh! We do wonder, however, whether they might be responsible for the circular carvings found on rock walls around the outskirts. Carpo, Sprout just went, ha! Erect! I'm so tired. I feel tired. I feel it too. From the strand Bryn recovered, we believe the locus of their power is centrally located over where an Ashar's heart could be found, insulated by the layer of carapace under the chest plate. Exposing it is merely a matter of peeling that massive slab of armor free. Our enchanter insisted I clarify. Alright then. Cool. I don't know how many more of those I can read out if we come across a lot.
Bryn, one would think you've been fighting massive constructs your entire life.
Of course we have. It's just second nature.
It's a newer hobby I've picked up. On account of only having seen one for the first time recently.
Yes, it's quite something to see a massive Archon after studying their role in history for so long.
You seem a little concerned about something.
That was a lot of lore that I mostly don't understand. Massive giant robot thing we just killed, made for mining and building, only to be used for mining and building. Everybody's like, duh, no shit, this thing will be really useful in fights. I think that sums it up. Of course then, yeah, so I would, Sprout, if you are interested in this game, I would thoroughly recommend you go back and watch the VOD when you have a chance, because it covers like some historical world building stuff that you probably find very interesting, as well as like some magic system stuff as well, which I also think you would find very interesting, because I find it very interesting. But the TLDR is that there was some sort of event that happened in the past called the Surge, which is like, it was a huge like magical thing. And it also reacted with enchanted magical items, causing your Wi-Fi has hiccup, BRB. Watch the VOD. Alright, fine.
Oh, no. That Arcs are still functioning in the Enclave is a revelatory discovery. I'm elated, of course.
Very convincing.
It's just, this Archon brings up more questions than it answers. For starters, arcs of this variety tended to carry a slate bar to help break rocks. It was clearly working in the nearby mine. One must wonder whether its tool was lost in a cave-in. It's hard to say, really. Another mystery, there's no record of Archon hostility towards Weavers. Did they turn on their creators after the surge?
Probably.
Is this just about the arcs?
It's about everything. I suspect we're chasing dead ends. None of these leads fill me with any sort of confidence.
Lane is being pessimistic. Reassure them. Lane needs to see the bigger picture, offer an alternative perspective. Lane has a point. Commiserate with their doubts. We're just going to go around and just, like, every conversation, we're just going to be like an empathetic bouncing board thing. I don't know. There was a metaphor there. It died in my head.
Truthfully, I've been having some of the same doubts.
You are?
Of course. And if we're alone, that makes our complicated situation, well, even more complicated.
Yeah, it does.
All we can do is put one foot in front of the other. If we're ever going to solve this puzzle, it will only happen piece by piece.
You're right about that. More pieces would help, though.
More PCs would help.
Maybe if you track down other arcs, we might start to understand what's going on with them.
More information about anything trying to kill me is probably a good thing.
Yes.
Though it does mean getting close to the things trying to kill me, which is less good.
Yes, do try not to die in the process, as that would render the information less useful.
I'm glad they have our best interests at heart. So robot meant for mining suddenly stopped just mining. Tears of the Kingdom vibes. So I was doing a little bit of explaining when Carbo said your Wi-Fi died. I don't know how much you got, but there was a magical event that happened in the past called the Surge, like big magic thing. It negatively affected lots of magical enchanted things, magical enchanted items that made them go boom. All the rich and powerful people had lots of magical enchanted items. Lots of rich and powerful people also went boom, which had a somewhat negative impact on society that caused wars and logistical problems, and the Surge took out like all of their magic phone lines. And we're discovering now that the Surge also probably did something to all of these massive arcs that were made for mining and building and other stuff, and either shut them down or, well, it seems like it shut them down until just now. So yeah, big thing happened, and then giant robot meant for mining suddenly stopped mining. I can't advise on the Tears of the Kingdom vibes though, because I've never played it and don't really know much about it, because I'm not a huge Zelda fan. Like, nothing against it, I've just never played them. But onwards! More talkie, more talkie.
A crafter is only as good as their tools, they say.
Sprout, if you're interested in this game and like all the world and stuff, I would recommend you go back and watch the VOD, because we've had a lot of conversations with all of the spectacular voice acting that fills in some very interesting world building pieces too that you probably like as well. It'd be a good D&D inspiration for you as well. And you can tell me later how your D&D went tonight.
Glad we're starting to upgrade the camp then.
Very much so. There are alchemical formulas I simply can't create for you without the right alembics and specifically treated crucibles. Once I have those, we'll be set. Many of the plants and minerals I'm after are within safe distance of the camp, so I'll be able to gather them myself.
Very cool. Specifically crucibles. Specifically. It'd probably end up getting the game not too much of an issue to miss it. No worries at all. This does look very good so far. We've already tried talking to you. Any more talkie from Sola? Don't think so. We've spoken to Dam. Cass! Oh, you also missed me saying that if it's entirely possible to do it in this game, I am 100% shipping Bryn, the main character, and Cass, the Scottish lady. Upgrade station. Bryn will have 15 slots available in her pack, and the scribe will be able to pull up to 4 to safety. Right, we want bigger packs. Salvage. What do we need? 20? Okay, I don't know if we can do 20. We got a lot of this though. Yeah, upgrade. I like that you can just... It doesn't take specific resources to upgrade all of these things. You just kind of... like, just... There's a word I'm looking for and Sleepy Foss's brain isn't picking it up. You can just take all the resources that you have and just turn them into one upgrade resource for all of these. It's very nice. Yay, more shells for cats! Casman's Caravan. You can pet it, Carbo. I've been petting it quite a lot. Gonna pet that bear. Talk. Right, we need another 70 to do more upgrades here as well. So, for Lane, we'll be able to prepare Frost Shroud files that grant cold resistance and Flame Shroud for heat. And carry one of each on your belt, okay? Dan will be able to upgrade Mantle powers to level 2. Black Lady's Gradient Braid makes me want Gradient Braids again. Osola? You used to have Gradient Braids? That's very cool. I hadn't even noticed the hair. Like, obviously noticed braids. I didn't notice the gradient. It's as like a pretty much bald middle-aged man. Hairstyles is not something that is like on top of my priority for noticing things in the world and like in my cares of everyday life.
Kaz, what you said about the point roll not being for you. Lane said the training was going well, and then one day, it just stopped. Can I ask why?
Honestly, it was just too much for me. The responsibility that comes with being point. I guess I caved under pressure.
I think a lot of us can probably resonate with that.
Leaping headfirst into danger isn't for everyone. What made you decide to become a point?
On Carbo, I did on and off for a few months, but it takes 2 days to do them. Hard to find the motivation. The upside is that I don't have to mess with your hair for 2 months afterwards. Fair enough. Once again, hair maintenance not something I am like intimately familiar with. It's like it's getting kind of a little bit too fluffy because it's ever so slightly longer than like the tiny amount that I can grow. Shave it all off again. It's fine. But I mean, yeah, fair enough. Absolutely fair enough. Right, the discoveries. Impress upon her the hold that magic has had on me from a young age. We love magic. Honestly, the danger, that's not me. Enthused about the adventure I've longed for my entire life. Collaboration. Share that being a weaver has brought me community. One or two. You know, once upon a time it would have been like magic, 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 magic. But community is very important. That sense of belonging and everybody working together. Yeah, we'll do that.
I love using my skills to serve our band. It brings me a sense of community I've never felt before.
Really? That's what I love about being a quartermaster.
Yeah, right choice.
I guess we're both fueled by camaraderie then. I always felt like a black sheep back in Calnhaven.
And has being point given you what you're looking for?
So far, yeah.
Good. For a long time, I felt like I let Aurea down. She wanted me to continue with the training, but I just couldn't. When she offered to keep me on as a quartermaster, I was surprised. In time, it made sense though. I always enjoyed the planning of my expeditions, more than the expeditions themselves.
So you've been happier as a quartermaster?
Yes. This is much more my speed. Besides, someone needs to hang out with Arva. Seriously. I'm more than happy to leave the creature wrangling to you.
Hang on, is the great big horned owlbear thing called Arva?
I'm not sure I have what it takes to pack a caravan anyway.
I've seen how messy your tent is. You most definitely do not.
Oh! Oh! Alright then. That was a hit. Good answer. She cares about her companions very much. Carbo is just like, Foss, you were going to get all of the right conversation options for Cass every time you do. Hello, Arva. Pet, pet, pet. I think there's, a social media account, or like, can you pet that dog, or can you pet the dog, and it goes through all the like lots of different games that have animals, and it rates them on a you can pet the dog or you can't pet the dog whenever there's animals in the game. And this one would pass with flying colors. Yeah. Looks like an owlbear, has horns, sounds like a horse. Kind of. Right.
It's Lane, by the way.
What's that?
They don't like to be called Lane Frey. I heard you saying it to Bryn earlier. That's the name their parents chose. Lane is the name they chose.
Fair enough. Didn't realise. Thank you for letting me know. Lane, Lane, Lane. Not Lane Free, but Lane.
I love the little bits of dialogue as well. Right. Oh, there's no more talkie here. Okay. Well, there's the main quest. We've spoken to everybody else, so carry on with this.
The patch is ready, and I've cleared the debris at the loom gate in Glintwood Hollow.
Excellent work, Bryn. Time for you to take a well-earned rest while the band heads into the Hollow.
You sure you don't need me to come?
We've got this. And you need the break.
All right, if you say so.
At any time in the camp, Bryn can rest in her tent to advance time. Day will advance to night, and night will advance to the next day. Makes perfect sense. Right. I think, given the time and the fact that we probably don't have enough time to carry on with another big section of this game, whether it be another expedition or another round of conversations from the companions, as much as I am loving them, we will probably end up calling it here. Because while I did have the day off my 9 to 5 today, I do not tomorrow. So yeah, and also after the day I've had today, I'm just very sleepy and need to go to bed. But I am actually really loving this game, and this is just a demo. How good is this so far? I am super impressed at the quality of this game so far. The voice acting, the story, the actual gameplay is very cool. I'm very much looking forward to fighting more giant enemies. It's very good. I'd recommend it. Go check it out, and it should be getting released tomorrow. I don't know if it's early access or a full release, but it should be coming out tomorrow, which is the 28th of January. So yes, I think we're going to wrap it up there. However, Carbo, Sprout, thank you very much for joining me as always. I always appreciate it, and it's always a pleasure to talk to you both. Who else was it? Jinxie! Jinxie came by for a lurk as well, who I really love and appreciate too. Thank you so much. And anybody else who stopped by, lurking or not, thank you. You're all appreciated. You can find, like usual, socials, blah blah blah, Blue Sky in the links below. The best one is the Discord. That's me alt-tabbing. If you want to come and hang out, have a chat, we have some lovely people there, and it's also the best place to find out when I'm going to go live. I may be committing to a schedule soon, but we'll see. But usually it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, roughly 9 PM UK time. And aside from that, it seems very cool so far. Mad that this is a free demo. It is mad that this is a free demo. It's absolutely insane that this is a free demo. Look at this. Look at this. It's so pretty. Look at it. Right. Perfect. Okay, thank you very much, everybody. I hope you all take care of yourselves. We're calling it here for tonight. We're definitely continuing this on Wednesday. And yeah, take care of yourselves. Thank you for being here. It's always appreciated, and I will see you all next time. So for now, we'll do the old switcheroo, and then we'll do the old music. Bye.